Welcome everyone to the local community food centre. My name is Kate, and today we are celebrating the 21st edition of Kate's Kitchen. And both Derek and I were just saying we never thought we would be doing so many videos. But you know what? The good news is I've got tons of great nutritious and delicious recipes yet to come. So we will just continue. Today we're going to be making spaghetti squash with tomatoes and Parmesan cheese. We love cheese. And very, very simple ingredients. We've got an abundance of wonderful produce coming in off the fields and from our community gardens, particularly tomatoes and squash and zucchini. And we've got some basil here. So the ingredients you need for this recipe is one spaghetti squash, okay? And you'll find out why it's called spaghetti squash. It's one of my favorite squashes. Now, the very first thing we're going to do is prepare the squash. We're going to bake it. So we need to cut it in half and take out the pits. But you know what? This is rock hard. I think it's a little dangerous to try to prepare this just with a knife. So what I do is I pop it in the oven for a good half hour. I burnt the bottom, don't look. I pop it in the oven at 375 for half an hour. And what it does is that it softens it and it makes it a lot easier to cut. So see, you just slice through it. It's really easy. And that way I can access the seeds, and I can take the seeds out and I can brush it with olive oil. A lot of people say they don't prepare squash because it's hard to cut. Oops, taking out all the spaghetti. There we are, just take out the seeds. Yeah, there we are. One more seed in there. Probably cook this for a little bit longer than I should have done. Once you get rid of all the seeds, you can pop it back in the oven. There we are. Makes it a lot easier to cut. Don't want any fingers getting cut. So there we are. All these seeds out. Ah. Okay, and then what you can do is you can brush some olive oil. Just wipe my hands. You can brush some olive oil just onto your spaghetti squash like that, and then you can pop it back in the oven for half an hour. There we are, a little bit of salt and pepper. And that makes it a lot easier to prepare. So you want to put it face down, okay, on a pan for about 30 minutes at 375, and then you can turn it over. Just flip it over for another 15 minutes. And then you are ready to prepare. Now, with the tomatoes, we're going to stuff the spaghetti squash with these lovely tomatoes. I've chosen the cherry tomatoes. No, I don't know whether to say tomatoes or tomatoes, but I've chosen the baby tomatoes just because they're so delicious, they're so sweet. And what we're going to add to this is a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. You're going to love these ingredients. Some minced garlic, and tomatoes have to have a little bit of salt. They just go hand in hand. What am I missing? Oh, I'm going to tear up some basil, fresh basil. This is right from our garden. You just tear it up. So it's sort of got an Italian vibe, this recipe, and it was suggested to me by Serena. So thank you, Serena. She makes this quite often. And I think once you start eating spaghetti squash, you're going to love it. It's so easy to prepare and it's so tasty. So I like lots of basil. Oh, I can just smell the basil. It's just so fresh. That's a nice thing about when you grow your own food. It just tastes better. Hasn't been on an airplane, come all the way from California. It's fresh, local, nutritious. There we are. So we've mixed in some basil and got some salt, olive oil, and I'm just going to give that a stir. Yeah. It's like a tomato salad, so you could eat this just like that. That's a quick, easy tomato salad. But what we're going to do today is we're going to take our baked squash, and I've got 2 already here. Got these already cooked. Now, the reason it's called spaghetti squash is you just take a fork and you just go like that, and look, make spaghetti. And this tastes wonderful. Now I like to add a little bit of butter just for flavor in my squash. That is optional. It could be a drizzle of olive oil, but I just like a little bit for flavor. There we are. And then you've got 2 options here. You can either put the spaghetti squash into your tomato salad and mix it up, or you can do this. You can scoop your tomato salad with the basil into the squash and just gently mix it up. That. I like it because you got a natural bowl, right? You got the squash. There we are. Presentation is great. And finale is you're going to add some beautiful cheese on top. There we are. And that is a wonderful dinner or lunch. Okay, so that's one. We'll do it to the second one. This is going to be even quicker and easier. I'll use this fork. Again, just go like that. Add a dab of butter. Throw in your tomato salad. Got some basil. Oh, I am going to enjoy eating this. I think you are too. Just like that. Oh. Jumped out. And a cheese. And there you have it. Simple squash with tomatoes and parmesan. There we are. One for you, Derek, and one for me. Now I'm just going to give you a quick alternative. I use fresh tomatoes. I didn't even cook these because they are so delicious and nutritious right now. They're so fresh. But you could cut these up and you can put them in a frying pan, maybe with some onions and garlic, and then add them to the squash. Or if it's winter time, you haven't got access to fresh tomatoes, you could also add a tin of tomatoes, fry it with some onions and garlic, salt, pepper, olive oil, and then mix that in with the spaghetti squash. Okay, great Italian vibe. So hope you enjoyed this episode, and From everyone here at the local, we hope you stay safe and well, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.